Hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome to Sunday Story Times. I have rolled the Storyteller dice. They've given me the characters and the setting, so let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful queen and her loving and wonderful husband, the king. They had twin girls, and the whole kingdom rejoiced. But, as is the case too often with these stories, the queen died. And so the king was left to raise the twin girls on his own. The older daughter was the heir presumptive. She was going to be the next queen. And she was as conceited and vain as you could imagine. The younger sister was sweeter tempered and sweeter. Now, as the two girls grew older, the older sister was very jealous of the younger sister. Her beauty, every little accolade she received, every kind word from their father, the older sister was very jealous of the younger sister. So one day, they met a traveling magician in the court, and he said he could do anything, any kind of magic. And the older sister said, "Why don't you make me a magic object?" And the magician said, "Of course." And so he created for her a magic picnic basket. Now, of course, being magic, it had to do something a little extra special. Every time you reach in to get something, the next item will be twice as good. If you reach in and get a ham sandwich, the next item you pull out will be a beef Wellington, still hot and juicy and cooked perfectly. Now, the older sister said, "Oh, very well. I will just always pick something out of the picnic basket after my sister." And this went on for years. The older sister always waited until the younger sister took something out before she got the better item out of the basket. Until one day, there was something she couldn't pull out of the basket. The younger sister fell in love with the prince from a neighboring kingdom. And the older sister was not married. No one loved her. No one even liked her. And she wanted something for herself. She wanted someone to completely adore her, but she wasn't getting it. So she was very, very put out by this. Her younger sister got married and moved away, and the older sister became more and more bitter as the years went on. Meanwhile, on the cliffs of the ice mountain just inside of their northern border, lived a little orphan girl, and her name was Anya. Anya's mother had passed in a tragic accident, and her father was killed when he was up on the mountains hunting for the winter. So Anya was 16 at this time. So she was old enough to take care of herself, or so she thought. One day she decided she would go down to the town, to the castle village, right outside the castle, and see if she could make some luck, see if she could make her way in the world. This is the way of all orphans at this age. You always have to go on a quest to prove yourself. So she went to the town down from the ice castle, down from the ice mountains. And she was talking with all the people in the village. And she heard about the queen's miraculous picnic basket that always one-upped the previous offering. So Anya said, well, that sounds like something I would like to see. That would be amazing to watch. There's nothing, and then there's something, and then there's something even better. What a dream. So she decided she had to go and see this for herself. She didn't know how she would do this, but she wanted to try. She went to the castle and knocked on the front door and asked for an audience. And of course the guards at the front said, no, we are not letting you in to see the queen. So she went around to the kitchen gate, kitchen garden. And she went to the kitchens and she tried to get herself a job in the kitchens. She talked with a cook and then with the downstairs head servants, and she got herself a job. Now, by this time, the younger sister's kingdom was growing and expanding, and they wanted some of the older evil queen's territory. Well, naturally, this would not do. And war was about to break out between the two sisters. And Anya worked in the kitchen day and night and tried to think about how she would at least get a glimpse of this magical picnic basket. Well, one day she was delivering a tray of food to the queen, and she saw the picnic basket just lying there out in the open. And she didn't know what to make of it. Why is such a valuable item just sitting out there in the middle of the room? The queen was just sitting there, trying to decide what to do. She had been jealous of her younger sister her whole life, and she wanted the territory of the younger sister. The other queen had beautiful farmlands and cattle ranches that were very desirable. And the evil queen was plotting on how to take them over. And Anya said, "Pardon me, ma'am, but shouldn't you just talk to your sister first?" And the evil queen was taken aback. She had never asked for anything in her life. She simply took it. And the evil queen said, "Very well. Let me make a proposition. If you, a simple kitchen maid, can beat a knight of my sister's army, and if my sister will agree to this, and you beat a knight of her army, then we will settle it, and we will come to an agreement and not go to war." Now, Anya was quite nervous by this, but, you can't tell your queen no. So she agreed. The evil queen sent messengers to her younger sister, asking if this arrangement would be satisfactory, if a trial by combat to determine the fates of these disputed lands would be agreeable. And the younger queen said that she would accept. And she had just the knight for the job. Within the next few days, Anya received several lessons in combat from several of the evil queen's knights. But Anya just was not made for this. She was not a warrior. She was an orphan. She was a kitchen maid. That's all. Finally, the day of the combat came. The sun rose bright and hot and scorching. The field was dusty. As Anya looked up and saw the other knight coming up. And Anya pulled out the picnic basket. And she said to the other knight, "I know this is not the way of things, but will you sit with me? Allow me to give you lunch, and we can talk this over." The other knight was very puzzled by this request, but he looked over at his queen, and his queen just was quite amused by this, and so she nodded her consent. And they sat. And Anya said, "This picnic basket is a magic picnic basket. Tell me what you would like to eat, and I will give you something even better." So the knight said, "I suppose I would like a mushroom pie. Mushroom and spinach pie." And so Anya reached her hand into the basket and pulled out a beautiful and satisfactory pie. Only she set that for herself. And she reached in again for the second time and offered to the knight a larger pie filled with the most delicious roasted vegetables, the meat perfectly seared and cooked, the gravy brown and so salty and so good. The knight turned to his queen and said, "She has offered me the better food. I concede this tournament. I cannot fight her. I cannot in good conscience fight this girl who gives up the best for someone else." And the two queens looked at each other and they silently agreed, speaking only with their eyes in the way that only sisters can. They agreed they would try to make peace. And there's peace in that land to this very day. All because of a young girl's selfless act of bravery.